What's up, everybody, and welcome to Buzzworthy TV. And I'm the girl, Lady T. So I want to come on here and talk to you guys about a couple of stories that's been going around social media. Okay. Now I have decided that for right now, I'm going to be posting my videos on Thursdays and Sundays. So Thursdays and Sundays, y'all, be looking out for a video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And be prepared to come with me on this journey, okay? This journey to greatness. So anyway, let's get to the topics at hand. All right. Okay. So I want to talk about these two main stories. And though very different, they have a common thread. And the common thread is that both of the people that are involved are also involved in toxic relations. It also has a common thread of toxicity and toxic relationships, okay? So the first story I want to talk about is LaToya Luckett and her husband, Tamikis Walker, coming forward earlier this week and stating that they have, through careful and prayerful consideration, decided to file for divorce. Now, I want to know, did anybody find this as a shock? Or was anybody surprised? Let's take a vote. Anybody? Somebody. I doubt it. Come on now. Everybody knew that this marriage was not, I hate to say, unless they got counseling and the help that they needed to learn how to communicate properly, to learn how to address those issues that existed in their marriage, that their marriage was going to be toxic and that they were eventually going to divorce. Okay? We all saw it coming. And what I find comical is that, after LaToya posted on Instagram that they've decided to divorce, Tommy then goes on his Instagram page and posts, that they still care about each other. They're going to do their best to be the best co-parents that they can possibly be. And for the record, he never stepped out on his wife. And that for those who said, well, I never liked him anyway, I never liked y'all either. That's what he got to say. Well, listen, this is what I got to say. Tamikis, whatever you choose to be called. Let's stop being delusional, okay? And I know, before I go in, I know everything we see on reality TV is not the gospel. I know it's a bunch of smoke and mirrors. I know a lot of stuff that we see on reality TV is for clicks and views. I get that. I know that. But still, they only give us what you give them. So I'm saying that to say, what we saw every week was you basically belittling her, you verbally abusing her, talking down to her and making her feel some type of way, and constantly hopping on planes to Dallas, which coincidentally is where the alleged side chick resides. And supposedly the reason why she came forward is because you were stepping out on the side chick. So you had a side chick on the side chick. That's why all this came to pass. Because you was just doing the most. You just couldn't have a side chick. You had to have multiple side chicks, okay? So she was like, enough is enough. I'm going to come forward. And the only reason why we don't have a video to scrutinize and to talk about is because the Shade Room had enough decency to say, hey, we're not going to put this out here because Toya is literally about to have a baby. So the Shade Room is messy, but I guess they ain't that messy, okay? So anyway, with that being said, I wish them the best with them, attempting to try to co-parent and getting through their divorce. It's just that, like I said, you could obviously see the tension and that they were, that their relationship was just toxic. he didn't really want to communicate. He was always catching flights. And she didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to fix it, no matter how hard she tried. And, that in itself is verbally abusive when you just feel like you try, and you get nothing. So, again, wishing them all the best. But hey, again, they were married by Pastor John Gray, okay, who don't believe, no matter what he does, he just don't believe he stepped out of his marriage. He just believed that he was just having, conversations. So consider the person who married them. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, let's move on to the next story. Again, with the trend of toxic relationships, Regine's on again, off again boyfriend, yfnlucci, has had a warrant out for his arrest for the murder of James Adams, okay? Now, let's talk about that. Now, yesterday, there was a warrant out for yfnlucci's arrest due to the fact that back in December, there was a man by the name of James Adams who they found in Atlanta on the side of a road with a gunshot wound to the head. He was rushed to the hospital and subsequently died due to his injuries. Okay. While James Adams was at the hospital getting treated, another man by the name of Kevin Wright was also being rushed to the emergency room due to gun injuries. And suffice it to say, they were connected to the same incident. So police started searching, and come to find out, it has to do with yfnlucci, along with the two people that was with him by the name of Ravon Boyd and Leroy Pitt. Okay. Now, what happened? Now we don't know if yfnlucci was the trigger person or if they're looking for him because he is in association with what happened. Now, the reason why I waited to go ahead and talk about this is because I wanted to see what yfnlucci would go in and turn himself in. Because at the time when this story broke, there was a $5,000 reward for him because he was on the run. Now, mind you, they say he was on the run, but he was posting the link to his new video that he just released. And, he was posting on his Instagram story. But however the case, he did turn himself in, and he has been charged with assault, gang activity, and gun possession. Okay? On top of the murder of James Adams. So these are some very serious charges, you guys. And I'm just like, when will these rappers learn? Okay? Now, let's just be real. yfnlucci might not have been the actual trigger person. He may not have pulled the trigger. But you are sitting up here hanging out with people that are out here doing the most. And it's like, I understand that you want to be true to your hood and all that, and you want to, just because you done leveled up and got money, you don't want to be that person that forget where you came from. But sometimes you gotta leave that mess behind, because all it's going to do is cause more harm than good. Like, you're an established rapper, and now you about to get charged for murder, more than likely, because you hanging around with people that's doing the most, that's got you connected to a murder, not just some fight in the club or anything like that, a murder. And on top of that, you've been charged with assault, gang activity, gun possession. Those charges alone will get you a great amount of time, okay? So the fact that now you got a murder charge, they're going to put you under the jail. And you're, again, an established rapper. I'm just trying to figure out, how did you get yourself in this position? How do you, as an established rapper who get money, who get people that you can pay to carry your guns, who got people that you can pay to be your security, so to handle all this light work, as they say, so that you don't have to deal with none of this, so your hands can be clean. What happened to all that? And then on top of that, you shouldn't even be involved in street activity. At this point, I hate to be like this, but that should be above you now. Again, I understand the whole, you don't want to forget where you come from, but you got to leave that shit behind. It don't have nothing. It not only has to do with, you get different type of money, different type of status, but you grow and you mature. Hell, you knocking on 30 years old. You need to quit that stuff out anyway. You out here doing God knows what with these two men of yours, and now you about to be under the jail. And like I said, I don't know if he was a trigger man. I don't know if it was, I'm pretty sure it's more to the story. But I'm just saying that, hey, it's a lot going on. And that we can't just, I'm just trying to figure this out. Like, we can't just ignore that he's supposed to be doing better, making better decisions. So while it's sad that he's gotten charged and all of that, it's also a situation of, okay, like really, you should know better and do better. So anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about all this stuff that's going on with, LaToya and her pending divorce from Tommy, from yfnlucci getting arrested. Like I said, the common thread here is toxic relationships, because I just feel like Reginae, you deserve so much better. Number one, y'all keep going back and forth with his antics, and obviously it's not going to stop. And I'm not telling you to just, kick a man while he's down, but I'm just saying, obviously, every time you turn around is always something. So just keep that in mind. And I know, a lot of women, and I'm not even gonna say young women, because we as women tend to look at our fathers, when we start to look for our mate. We tend to be attracted to people who have the same characteristics as our fathers. So I get it. But Reginae, please just make better choices. And I hope yfnlucci makes better choices as well. So anyway, y'all, let me know what you think about the whole situation. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And till next time, y'all, peace and love.